Our first blind item reads, this celebrity offspring, who is a B-list celebrity in her own right, has not denied the relationship with the actor or that her mom stole him. She just took a shot at someone who brought it up on social media, which is about Noah Cyrus, Dominic Purcell, and Tish Cyrus Purcell. Because remember, Tish, her mother, stole Noah's man and then married him. Now, you can't make this story up, and to be honest, I feel bad for Noah because Tish is clearly not a good mother. But not everyone has sympathy for Noah. This person writes that she's a D-list celebrity at best. Even her eyebrows departed. Try to get some more exposure elsewhere. And I don't think we need to go and pick on Noah Cyrus or the plastic surgery era that she's in, but let's talk about this clapback. Reports write that Noah Cyrus has entered the chat nearly 2 months after reports surfaced that the 24-year-old was seeing Dominic Purcell before the actor began dating and then eventually marrying her mother, Tish Cyrus. Noah acknowledged the alleged love triangle for the first time. Now, I do think there is an opportunity for Noah to really sit down and to spill all the tea, to provide the receipts, and to show how her mother has treated her. But on Instagram, she quoted our girl Lana Del Rey with a young and beautiful lyric writing, "Dear Lord, when I get to heaven, please let me bring my man," on a photo of herself. One of her followers commented and said, like that guy you and your mom both have sexy time with, which yeah, I guess I forget that part, that they both had slept with this same man. Also keep in mind that Dominic is age appropriate when it comes to Tish, but he's like 20 years older than Noah, so he shouldn't have been messing around with Noah in the first place. Now, Noah did not like this comment. She wrote, "I'm so sorry, but will you please just choke on the fattest C word, wiener, just for a little bit. Great, thanks." Now, this could possibly be an issue the family could work out because Noah isn't even hung up on Dominic. She has moved on and she is engaged with a designer.
Noah Cyrus just clapped back after fans called her messy. Don't forget to watch Hollywire on channel 1107 on your Samsung TV. So Noah Cyrus just liked this Liam Hemsworth gym selfie, and given the ongoing Cyrus family drama, fans took notice and called her out for potentially throwing shade at Miley. Noah clapped back in a since deleted Instagram story writing, "There's no greater joy than seeing y'all get so angry over the dumbest stuff. It's so entertaining and funny. Who gives a F?"
Geez, I am so over Ellen DeGeneres. This former talk show host, let's put an emphasis on that, is finally owning up to why she was forced out of her show. She knows she was awful to people, and it's why her significant other, Portia, is not supporting her. One person wrote, "I still remember Kathy Griffin and others were saying she was awful. This was literally almost 20 years ago." Another person wrote, "I think it's sometimes worse when they act so down to earth and humble. We all know J-Lo treats people like peasants, but Ellen seemed just like someone who would be cool to have a beer with, but she's done." This person made a great point. She's acting like she's being pushed away for being mean. She doesn't understand it's because she went out of her way to pretend to be super nice when she was in fact completely terrible. It is the hypocrisy. Now let's talk about how Ellen is complaining that she was the most hated person in America, which I do not think she deserves the title as most hated, because there's definitely people who are more hated than Ellen. But Ellen was recently seen performing her comedic act at Largo in LA, and she joked about getting kicked out of show business for being mean.
This summer, there were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show. And then there was an investigation. I learned that things happened here that never should have happened. The truth is, I am that person that you see on TV. I am also a lot of other things. Sometimes I get sad, I get mad, I get anxious, I get frustrated, I get impatient, and I am working on all of that. I am a work in progress. And if I've ever let someone down, if I've ever hurt their feelings, I am so sorry for that.
Do you guys believe her apology? I mean, Ellen's just one of those people that I don't know if I would ever really genuinely believe anything she says. In 2020, current and former staffers spoke anonymously about their alleged experience on set of the talk show for a BuzzFeed news report. She apologized to staff at that time, and producers on the show exited the show. Ellen did not want to take blame at this point. She really tried to brush it off to these producers and tried to save herself and her reputation, saying, "I've not been able to stay on top of everything, and I relied on others to do their jobs as they knew I'd want them done. Clearly some didn't," which I think is, I don't know, something that that doesn't really rub me the right way. If you're going to blame other people for these allegations, then give us the receipts. Don't just say, oh yeah, it was their fault, yet everyone's pointing their finger at you. Now this week, Ellen said the hate went on for so long, I would try to avoid looking at the news. The "be kind" girl wasn't kind. That was the headline, Ellen said. There's no mean people in show business. Noting that her "be kind to one another" quote couldn't save her, she joked that it became a problem as viewers then thought of her as a one-dimensional character who gave stuff away and danced up steps. She claims that she didn't know how to be a boss and that she didn't go to business school and that everyone was working on this show, which was self-titled, and she didn't know how to run this business, which granted, I don't think she was necessarily in charge of running the logistics. I mean, I think it's really just showing up and being decent. Like, remember that one story that she stopped a barbecue from going on like outside in the parking lot because she's vegan and she hates the smell of meat. So she told everyone, all these tens of people who wanted to go and have a barbecue at their workplace, that they couldn't and that they need to shut it down. Just because of her. She couldn't just go leave or go somewhere else. She didn't want anyone to enjoy that meat. She said, for those keeping score, this is the second time I've been kicked out of show business. And that joke is referring to when she came out as gay on her sitcom and the world didn't accept her. She actually says that she's anticipating getting kicked out a third time because she's mean, old, and gay. Ellen said, I'm making jokes about what happened to me, but it was devastating. It took a long time for me to want to do anything again. It looks like she's coming out with a tour, Ellen's last stand-up tour, which will be, I guess, her last moment to go around and to perform, which I'm interested in how that will actually do. But lately, she's been asked a lot about Diddy and her connections there, and I'm sure that's a joke that she doesn't want to make.
Please make it loud for Ellen Degeneres.
You must admit the crowd was living for Ellen. For our third blind item, free for less than 24 hours, the permanent A-list singer, this is about Britney Spears, is with the felon drug dealer grifter who she has given thousands of dollars to, and this time when she crashes and burns, no one will do anything, or at least that's what people think. She technically still does have a minder, like a handler, with power and who can go into court. By that time she does, though, my guess is our singer will be in jail or dead. And this is about Britney Spears and that Paul guy that she had been hanging out with. Now, this is a Britney Spears update that I was not looking forward to and I'm a little bit concerned about. This person wrote, Britney's leeching managers and attorneys have likely arrived at the conclusion that it's best just to sit back and wait for Britney to self-destruct, because the sad truth is that she's at the point where she would be worth far more in memoriam than she would be alive. Think about it. Britney's peak career earning days are long gone, given the current state and mind of her functioning. Assuming her condition doesn't get better, the days of concert tours and promotional tours are behind her. What insurance provider would want to insure her for another concert tour given her last canceled residency? I do agree with parts of this, that there are some leeches who are letting her fall short, but you also must acknowledge that she just put out a book that had like a $15 million brand deal and made even more money. So yeah, it looks like she's still making plenty of money. I'm not concerned about that. One person wrote, whoa guys, this is gonna get way worse. I saw those white sunglasses again and I thought, oh boy, here we go. She's gonna go wild now. Did you see the red dress pics and the DM? Look at the blood drips on the floor. Oh my gosh. I think that this thing she has about blood is part of her expeditionism, and she's looking to shock you and make you think about her bleeding. Oh, okay, I can't get into this. She'll run to Vegas and marry this dude next, and then they'll do meth and no doubt beat her. Okay, I can't even get... I don't wish anything bad on Britney, but people are worried about her because our girl has gotten herself into a little bit of trouble. Headlines read that Britney Spears cracks windshield of Mercedes G-Wagon while crouched in the passenger seat before speeding off with felon ex Paul Richard. In LA, as a furious star is seen for the first time after legal shock settlement with dad Jamie. Now, we'll be talking about Britney's settlement with Jamie, her father, in court in another video on this channel. Reports write that Britney Spears was seen for the first time settling her court battle trial with her father, Jamie Spears, with the outcome reportedly leaving the pop star furious. The Baby One More Time songstress has to pay Jamie's legal bills, which amount to $2 million, while she gets nothing. She was spotted in the Valley, and both the performer and Paul were seen trying to keep a low profile as they sat inside a Mercedes SUV on the side of the road. Paul was sitting in the front seat, and Britney was in the passenger seat and slouched over on the red leather material. Okay, guys, I mean, this is not okay. Who is all up in her business taking these pictures? At one point, Britney, who donned a pair of blue jeans and a white top, kicked up her tan heels onto the dashboard and cracked the windshield on her side. Oh no. So, I mean, I put my feet sometimes up on the windshield, but I didn't know if you can crack it that easily. Plus, this picture is giving so like 2004, 5, 6, 7. Like, why are we doing this still? Oh, damn. And she's got a heavy foot. I mean, we all know she's a trained dancer. She's probably got some strong legs, but what'd she do? Like, boom. And just hit it like that? I can't imagine. Imagine the moment where she's like, oh shit, like I just cracked the windshield. Oops. Earlier this year, Britney shut down rumors that she was dating Paul in an Instagram video. But this guy was her former employee. There are rumors that she had cheated on Sam Asghari with him. So there is a part of me that feels like she probably is still with this man.
According to sources, Britney Spears is still getting it on with her former maintenance man, Paul Richard Solis. It was rumored that they broke up back in September 2023. I found this interview where he actually speaks more highly of Britney than her soon-to-be ex-husband Sam Asghari ever did for her. His vocabulary includes more than words like, she's doing amazing, everything is fine, amazing.
Are you still seeing Britney? Is that still you are? Okay. So, I mean, has she been supported throughout all this? I mean, I don't.
Much. She's very, very good, positive. She's a good person.
So, are you in?
And also, this man recognizes his past mistakes. Cue the clip.
I'm not a bad dude. I understand that things have been said about me in the past. I have a criminal record. I get it.
Yeah, back in August, September, he was picking her up from the airport.
Well, it looks like Britney Spears is in her bad girl era. Now, when we first learned about Paul, we heard an insider say that they were definitely together, and it turns out the pair have been taking short trips to Santa Barbara, which I actually really want to go to Santa Barbara with my boyfriend. Anyone has any Santa Barbara recommendations, please email me. A housekeeper was quoted saying that Britney doesn't like it when he leaves. Britney feels as though she deserves more attention, but he has to be there for his kids. It's so bizarre to me that people are getting these type of pictures. Like, did we get an action shot of like her heel actually breaking the windshield? Like, who are these people who are crouching around the car?
Here's what's coming out in the news now. Britney Spears, a psychiatrist, weighs in, needs new conservatorship medication ASAP. I don't like the fact that the answer to what may or may not be going on with her is put her back into a conservatorship. 5150 her. He literally said that. This is a very delicate situation. They are all of a sudden, after this settlement with her dad happened with the court, now all the shit's coming out again, saying she's manic, erratic, etc., not taking her medication.
These kinds of situations run into a wall eventually. Either she'll hurt herself, she might hurt someone else, or she could be 5150 because she's not being able to take care of herself. And any of those situations will push her to a place where then medication can be given to her against her will.
We are hoping for the best when it comes to Britney, but our next blind item reads, from what I understand, at least 2 of the 50 had their labels fall off, which is why they couldn't post anything to social media. We're talking about Meghan Markle and her jam. We actually talked about this last week in a blind item. At least 1 of the 50 were returned because they didn't want to post anything and were not asked in advance, and they were being pressured to post about something they didn't want to. So again, she created these jams. She did a little like fake influencer PR thing and tried to get all these influencers to post about her jam and how good they are. They tried to get an address to return it, and no one was getting back to them or taking their call, so they just sent it to the agent's office, where it sat on some rando's desk for several days. It seems like ever since Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have left the royal family, they've been a little bit strapped for cash. This person commented with a quote from an article: the Duchess of Sussex, 42, is reportedly poised to cash in a whopping 7-figure sum within the first year of launching her new lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard. This person asks, do you think there'll ever be a night where Meghan is startled out of her sleep, sits straight up in her bed, and realizes that she's praying for a $1 million a year, payout from this new company, when she in fact had a $25 million Spotify contract, which I question that as well. We talked about Meghan and Harry on my podcast channel. Let's get into it. And it's bizarre that they had treated their Spotify deal so poorly, because they really had a dream deal that they clearly were not passionate about. But I guess maybe like being passionate about jam runs in the family, since Prince Charles has a jam, Meghan Markle has a jam, is the Queen. Well, oh, the Queen is gone. I'm sorry. I forgot the Queen is gone. And now it's Malibu paid us. Trish's baby. This person wrote, I think receiving jam with instructions to post online and all the rest is what I would call bullying. Literally bullying people into something they didn't ask for nor have knowledge of it coming. Meghan is definitely one big fat bully. Now, we can't buy Meghan's products yet, but she sent out a bunch of her exclusive strawberry jam to a group of celebrities. So far, the jams have only been sent to 50 people. Keep in mind that one of those people wanted to return it back but couldn't figure out how to.
Buckingham Palace beefing with Meghan Markle over jam is the funniest, pettiest, most British thing I've ever heard. As you may know, Meghan Markle debuted the first offering from her brand American Riviera Orchard. It's a little batch of jam, and celebrities like Kris Jenner and Chrissy Teigen have been using it on their socials. And with all this press going on, Buckingham Palace shop went ahead and made a post on Instagram to show 4 ways to use their strawberry preserve. Coincidence? This, of course, adds to the list of celebrities who have beef over jam, which only otherwise includes Shakira.
Now, this is so stupid because supposedly this jam could go for 3 figures, which 3 figures sounds like not that much because we're used to talking about like 6 or 7 figures, but 3 figures for a little jar of jam. Yeah, I'm not paying $100 for no jam, especially when like Smucker's is so good, superior. Plus, I like grape jam. I don't even like strawberry jam. Now, along with the jams, honey, she may even create sauces and pestos, which those could maybe do well. But I'm really thinking that if these jams just kind of flop, she's going to be out of so much money, because I'm not that big of a fan of like the Royals. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I need to go get my Royals pesto, my Royals sauces, jams, honey. Like, unless they make something that's specific, cool, that no other brand has, I'm getting the, you know, the basic Target version, the up and up version, the, you know, great value.
Really don't want to eat her jam, and I don't know why she keeps trying to go away and be quiet for a little while.
No, she wants to be a lifestyle brand guru. She wants like to be Goop. Or
open with jam? That's a
weird move. Well, this is the thing. What people are noting is that it is sort of like incoherent what she wants to be, and that's because she just wants to be paid attention to.
So she wants to be like a Gwyneth Paltrow with Goop, which I don't think Gwyneth is relatable, but she's like slightly more relatable than Meghan is. Plus, like, we kind of know who Gwyneth is. We really know Meghan through her royal status, and she doesn't even have it anymore. So it's not like we're like living the royal life, like using the products that Meghan would and what she's created, because she doesn't even count anymore. Our next blind item reads, this foreign-born permanent A-list model, Naomi Campbell, was using her charity to enable money laundering for others. Ooh, money laundering, that's no good. Susie commented, when I read this story this morning, I thought this was the one thing that could actually take Naomi down, but she probably has the most elite and ruthless team of lawyers known to mankind. Which I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, keep in mind that Naomi used to run with the Epsteins and all of that, and she's a very powerful person, so I'm surprised we're even learning about this. This person commented, what? Celebrities opening charities to use them for money laundering? You are kidding me. It's giving very much Kris Jenner and her church and that money laundering scheme. If you guys have not seen that video, definitely check it out on my channel. But Naomi Campbell's high-profile charity is shut down midway through the watchdog probe into claims of financial mismanagement. Reports write that the Charity Commission last night confirmed that it had removed the Supermodels charity from the UK charity register while it continued its investigation into allegations of misconduct. It follows revelations by this newspaper that official accounts showed that during a 15-month period, it spent more than $1.6 million on a gala and cane, but just gave about $5,000 to good causes. So it's not really a charity if you're donating $5,000 to charity, but then using the rest of the millions to go and throw this event that probably all the donors go to. The watchdog said it was conducting an inquiry into the Fashion for Relief charity, which Naomi Campbell founded in 2005. The charity has claimed to have raised more than $11 million, mostly through glitzy fundraising events held all over the world. And this kind of does seem like a system to where money is being funneled through. I mean, she's working with very powerful people like Epstein. I'm sure he had donated to her fund, and then is her money actually going to a charity, or is it going to her in a way? Clearly it's going to these parties again, but what else is this money going to if only $5,000 is going to charity?
No surprises here. The modeling industry is always a front for some shady-ish. And Miss Madam Naomi Campbell is at it again. Naomi Campbell's renowned Fashion for Relief charity has officially stopped operations following an investigation into the charity. The investigation has sparked some alarming findings.
Naomi has accepted plenty of awards on behalf of her charity, but concerns were raised in 2021 about how much money was being passed on to people in need after the Mayor's Fund for London lodged an official complaint saying that it was owed $50,000 by the charity. The Charity Commission spokesman told the newspaper that the charity had been removed, that Naomi's charity has been removed from the register last month. It came after the watchdog appointed 2 managers to take over Fashion for Relief. A friend of Naomi's last night said that Fashion for Relief was set up to raise awareness, not just money. They insisted that the supermodel, worth $63 million, had decided to call time on Fashion for Relief before the watchdog inquiry was launched. See, Naomi has learned from the best. She decided to quit the charity, pull the plug, get out of there, and burn all the files, delete everything before the investigation really took way. I mean, this charity's been around for almost 20 years, so imagine how much damage she could have done. Because she's been able to just cancel her charity. I didn't know you could just like cancel a charity and just quit a business, but I guess so. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I wonder if they are still going to investigate some of the past that they have been involved in, because there is, again, in my opinion, no doubt in my mind that this charity had not used money for the wrong reasons. And I think that's the case about a lot of charities, unfortunately.
Charity has spent over $1.6 million in a span of a 15-month period, with only $5,000 of the charity's money going actually towards the charity. I think that Naomi Campbell has a lot of skeletons in her closet. And up until now, she has never faced any consequences or been publicly called out. Over the years, the Fashion Relief Charity has raised over $11 million. And I want to know if the downfall of Naomi Campbell is finally happening.
We do have a video talking about Naomi Campbell's dark past. It's a really great video, so definitely go and check it out. But I hope you guys enjoyed our blind item breakdown. I think this is number 13. We also do have, I guess you guys don't see it, but look. Do you guys see it? Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is right there? You see that? That's my 1,000,000 subscriber plaque, which I got like a week ago. But I want to do like a nice like life update where I tell you guys about what's been going on in my life, and a happy one, of course, and to open it with you guys. So take or keep your eye out for that video. It'll be like, I think I'm gonna title it like life update, but like happy, or like maybe a happy life update, because every time I've done a life update, they've always been so sad, and I'm finally happy in my life, guys. I'm happy in so many different aspects, and I feel so blessed, and I want to express that to you guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. You've changed my life, and I'll see you in a new one soon. Bye, guys.